success, it's really simple. The reason why you're not succeeding right now is your own fault. You're not ready. You're not putting in the work that you need to. And I'm going to tell you, we're going to have a real conversation right now. We're going to have a real deal conversation. I'm going to talk to you and tell you some things that I know you don't want to hear, but you need to hear it. I'm your platform partner. I'm your hustler homie. Yes, Jackson. All about making things happen. Addicted to action. If you don't know that, you need to get used to it, because I'm your hustler homie. I'm here to help you. I'm the type of person that you should be super grateful for. You need to be all in my inbox, because I'm giving away free game that's real, not based on theory, not based on trends, but based on what really works. Been out here doing it, running businesses since I was 12, traveling the world since I was 12, out here doing it international on a major level. And I'm here to help you. I'm giving most game for free. All right. Now, yet on these channels like this, when I give you the free game, I notice on my channel, when I give you the real game on how to win and succeed, I notice those videos, the views are low. But when I get to talking about some bullshit, hey, what's going on with, Popeye's chicken and niggas loving Popeye's chicken, and talk about, gossip, which I don't like to do a lot of. I really don't do gossip. But when I talk about some bullshit that really don't matter, man, them videos get more views. Everybody want to click. When I'm talking about like short, see, y'all motherfuckers want shortcuts. Everybody, they want to focus on, how can I be able to, get money, $10,000 a month without having to do anything? How can I be able to get that relationship I want, get the acknowledgement, the recognition, and without, we're doing the least amount of work possible? You got the wrong motherfucking mindset, first of all. Because at the end of the day, you got to be consistent. Consistency is the key to win at damn near anything. It's about consistency. So the main thing I want you to get from this is that I want you to not only use your gifts, because your gifts are critical, but you have to develop your skills. See, the reason why I've been able to put myself in a position where I'm not dependent on other people to give me checks, and I've been able to grow businesses since I was 12, and I've worked with entrepreneurs, thousands of them, is because I've always worked on developing my skill set. You see, most skills development is not sexy to most people. Most people, they don't want to learn about public speaking skills or how to be a better presenter. Let me tell you something. The people that really get paid, if you want to really, really not just get paid, but have a successful and a happy life, you got to know how to communicate to yourself and communicate with the world. The more people that you can connect with, the more that you can collect. But you got to also know how to communicate with yourself to get yourself to do whatever it is that you need to do. So communication skills are pivotal. Yet most people, this is why so many people are afraid. More people are broke because they're afraid to develop communication. They don't want to listen to nobody. They don't want to learn how to listen. They don't want to learn how to sell. At the end of the day, you want to be successful, learn how to sell. Learn how to persuade people. Now, let's be clear. I'm not saying be a dirtbag where you're selling things that you don't believe in. No. I'm saying sell yourself and sell the stuff that you use, your ideas, your thoughts. Because if you watching me, I already know it's because you're a positive person and you want to change people's lives, and you probably are just stuck and you're trying to get over that hump. So I know you're a good person at heart and you want to help people. But if you want to help more people, you got to find products and services that you truly believe in. And you got to be able to help people by selling it to them, by gaining the attention so that people listen to you, they like you, they trust you, and then you are influential. All right? Not about being popular. Look, I'd rather have 100 people that are paying me $1,000 a month than to have 1,000 people that ain't paying me nothing. And they just giving me some likes on my videos. All right, it's not about being super famous, but it all comes from developing that skill. Now, skills, let's be real specific here. I don't want to rant. I want to be specific with what type of skills. You want to develop your ability to close. When you mean close, I'm talking, that's a sales term, meaning when you meet people, how can you close a deal? There's a lot of people you got people that are serious, people that are curious. Whenever there's always a sale that's happening, you meet people, they may be curious into what you're doing. They look at you, they look at your channel, they look at what you're about. They say, man, I want to get that. I like that. You got to know is how do you actually get them to dig in their pockets and cut that check and do it immediately, not wait on it, do it right now. And this is your ability to close, your ability to, again, not just convince and do a lot of talking, but one, be influential. So that way, by the time people see you, they want to buy before you even open your mouth because they looking at your work. They looking at the consistency of your past. So you got to know how to close. You got to know how to always be closing. When you talk to people, hey, could you see yourself doing this? Hey, could you see yourself doing that? Hey, is this something that you're interested in? Hey, what's stopping you from doing it? Let's move forward. All right, well, give me 3 reasons why you think this will be a good product for you. Give me 3 reasons why you think I should work with you. You got to know how to close people and position yourself to value. Second thing, you got to know how to sort through people. See, too many of us, sometimes we don't know how to identify what people should we put the most energy into, and we try to convince people that are not the right fit for what we're doing. Most of our lives, we're running away from ourselves and trying to convince people to do things and this is not the right people. Let me know, it's a numbers game. If you can get to more numbers and you can find the right people, it goes back to what I just said. It's better to have 100 people that are the right people than to have 1,000 or 10,000 people that are the wrong people, that really aren't converting. Forget about having a lot of numbers. How many people are really going to come out to see you when you go to their city? That's what I look at. I can have 100,000 Instagram followers, but if I go to a city and I can't get 100 people to show up, I don't really have influence. All right. So we want to have influence. We want to really, and that's how you sort through people. You got to know that what you do and who you are, it's not for everybody. And not only are you going to be authentically yourself, but you got to know how to let people know, like, hey, this is what I'm about. I used to struggle because I used to try to appeal to everybody, and I used to really want to be, and I had the ability to adapt to everybody because I got that personality. In high school, I would talk to all sorts of, I went to a Catholic high school, a private Catholic all boys school. And so we had all type of nationalities there. We had Italians, we had people from all over Asia, you had black people, we had Greeks, we had Anglo-Saxons, all type of people, Germans, you name it, Polish. And each day I would go to a different table and talk to different people because I just had that personality where I knew how to relate to people. But then I realized the more that I tried to relate to everybody, people, were melancholy about me, meaning because I was, they couldn't tell, people the things changed for me when I became more polarizing. When I said, I'm going to be me, either you like me or not. Now, I still was relating to a lot of different people, but it became a love me or hate me situation. You either going to rock with the hustle girl or you not, period. And that's a great thing when people say they hate you or not hate you, but when people don't like you, because that same energy is on the opposite exists. There's a lot of people who love you, and that's what you want. You want to learn how to sort through people. And again, it's not just about you. It's about you, your product, your brand, your team, and you developing these skills to sort through people. Okay, how to ask questions to people. Most of y'all don't know how to ask good questions. You wasting time asking dumbass questions that don't matter. Ask questions that are going to lead people forward down a path where action is going to be taken, and that action should be you building a relationship, you getting some money now, or it's going to lead to you guys helping each other in some way. Because it's not all about money. It's not always about making an instant transaction, but it does need to be leading towards some form of value being exchanged and them taking some type of action. All right. Meaning, hey, I'm going to subscribe. I'm going to be a follower. I'm going to be a fan. In some way, I'm going to support. Support needs to happen. Without support, you just got a bunch of motherfuckers in the room hanging around each other. So you got to work on your skills. You got to, how many hours? I want you to look at this look at it like you're putting in hours. You know, how many hours, if you were going to play basketball, guess what? You're only as good as your rehearsal. How much do you practice? You got to practice. You got to be willing to work on the things that you're weak at. The average person, let's say they 13, 14 years old, they got a good jump shot and they only work on their good jump shot. They only work on their right hand. And then guess what? 5 years later, when they're 18, they're damn near really the same player. If they only, most people, they're going to keep working on their strengths. So, you know, but a great player is going to say, hey, I have a weak left hand. Hey, I got a weak jump shot. Let me work on my weaknesses. See, now you developing the skill set. See, me, I've always been the dude that I had to come from a disadvantage. You know, I was always like this one of the people, when people see me physically, people always will underestimate me, like from grammar school on, like my whole life. People always looked at me like, because I was quiet. I didn't talk a lot. I was very shy, very timid. Then I was very small. So people would look, I'd be the shortest guy in the class, shorter than all the girls, very small. And so most people looked at me like I was just the weakest link. I'm the last dude you're gonna pick on your team to play basketball or football, even though I knew how to ball. I was good. I was an athlete. But just looking at me, people didn't take me serious. You know, so therefore I had to work on my other skills. I had to learn how to talk. I had to learn how to get along with people, how to tell jokes, how to persuade people. And so I had to work on my skill set. And before you know it, I became one of the most influential people amongst, you know, all the people that I graduated with. Again, it's not because I was the smartest, but I worked on my skill set I had to realize my strength and my gift is, okay, I know how to attract people. The same reason why people look at me like I'm weak, well, I turned that into an advantage. Because now that let people let their guards down and they underestimated me, boom. Well, I'm finna use that as a skill. I'm finna take that and develop my communication skills. So now that I got at least you listening, boom, I'm finna show you some shit that you never expected. So when I come on the stage, I get around people, they don't expect much. But then when I deliver something, even if it's just decent, they like, oh, that was amazing. You know, so it's that element of surprise. But at the end of the day, it's about skill sets, guys. I just want to stay focused. I know I could be talking all over, but I want to stay focused with you. And I want for you to stay focused on developing your skills, your ability to communicate, your ability to sort through people, your ability to have your own state of mind. So regardless of what's going on, you know how to get yourself in a state where you feel good, you can do and move regardless of what's going on in your environment. Because we all come from, you know, most of us come from environments that can be distracting and negative, and with the news and with whatever. You know, me, I know coming up on the south side of Chicago. So growing up in the environment where I grew up in, where I'm the only dude like me in my family. I grew up in a family of 23 people. Nobody was really hustling. The mindset for most people was, you know, man, we just gonna be stuck to do what we see around us. They would say they're gonna sell drugs, or, you know, they had limited thinking. I was the only one that was like, man, I'm gonna be a boss, I'm gonna be an entrepreneur, I'm gonna travel the world. Everybody looked at me like I was crazy. You know, people looked at me in my neighborhood like something was wrong with me, because I used to love going to school, you know, because you know what I'm saying? So I was always developing that skill. So you have to develop your skills, man. You just got to put in that motherfucking work and know it's going to be consistency. So sometimes you gotta work smart. Don't get me wrong, but you definitely got to work smart and have a team. But skills gonna pay the bills, baby. So always develop them skills in that order. Place your order. Make sure you get that book too, man. Shut Up and Hustle. If you don't got that book, you out here tripping, you slipping. It's one of the best investments you can make. Not just because of the information, but it's you showing to yourself that you committed. So do it in that order. Flip it.